Welcome back for episode 12 of our Solo World No Mods Update 11 playthrough. In this episode, we will be looking at Butchery and Campfire Meats. Between 11 and 12, I did maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of menial tasks such as terraforming and just moving dirt around to level out some areas. So it wasn't a whole hell of a lot other than queuing up stuff or letting stuff that was queued up work through so that we get the XP for the star. Where we start is we will be within about 5-10 minutes of getting our star, I believe. It won't take long. But you'll see how much I've done since the last episode as soon as we start. So let me get rid of the title screen, go back to the game, get rid of this. As you'll see, I did level that all out over there, and it is tilled for Seguros or Joshua's whenever it gets seeds. Most of this area has been filled in. As you remember, this was all a big one tile down space, like that little spot over there by the wolf or the coyote. I filled all that in. It has turned all to desert dirt. Our hill that was right here is pretty well gone. The only thing left is this up here, but it's going to be filling in this spot, which is basalt, which takes 5 hits with a stone axe until you get the tool strength. Then it drops to 3. We filled it, took out some dirt there and dropped it down, so that's all level. We need to stick some dirt over there where that sandstone was on top of the fishing hut. As you can see, this is what we did the last time about putting out our trees. We were cleaning up some of the debris that we left over here, started to clean this up. That is all going to get pulled up so that this is nice and flat. This area here is probably going to get raised right where I'm standing. It's going to get raised to this level. We may actually get rid of this old growth and that one. And probably the one that's right there in the middle. Probably get rid of this one as well, because it is in the middle of all of this. It will mess up our pattern. That's the only way I will do those. And the problem is those take somewhere around 100 chops with a stone axe to knock down, and that's even with tool strength. So we did get mining 3, so let's find our mining skill and go here and take, we do not want efficiency, we want tool strength. So let's take tool strength. Masonry we already did. Cooking, campfire cooking, we do have level 3. We can either do single focus flow, just like we did with carpentry, or we can do parallel. We are going to do focused. Gathering, we have level 3, so we can either take tool efficiency or we can take tool strength, which affects let's see what. With the machete, the sickle. So, not that either one of them is really all that much more important. Because, you know, most things that get taken out with the sickle are in one hit anyway, so that's not a big deal. This might be the only skill in which you take the calorie reduction. But, you know, that's increased yield. So if we unlock this, go all the way up to the top, 20. Oh, it only goes to 20? That would drop to 40. Trying to think. I'm not really sure. I don't think I want... I'm going to leave that one alone for now. I haven't decided which way I want to go. Because like I said, tool-wise for that, because it's just the sickle and the machete, there's no plans to take more than one hit to get rid of. So I'm probably just going to take the efficiency on that one. Hunting, we have level 3. We have arrow recovery. 50% chance to get your arrows back when you pick up the corpse. Or Master Tracker, which is capable of following a prey over the highest peaks and through the densest jungles. Which means there's like a tracking line or something like that when you happen to lose where it is, but I don't know. Normally I take the arrow recovery, even though it's relatively cheap to make arrows. But I haven't decided which way I'm going to really go there. Mining we just did. Mason, we did the focused. So everything else is there, except for gathering and hunting. We haven't done those perks. So, as I said, we are within a few minutes of XP. We need 16 points, which is basically, I don't know, 7-8 crafts, but of course we're not crafting anything. So let's come over here, jump down here, go to clean medium fish. Let's do 20. That'll start doing the fish. We'll come up here to this. If we did 20 down there, we're getting 80, so this needs to be 80. And that starts fish queue for the next 3 hours plus. As you can see, we did put a couple statues, or a couple fountains out here, and a couple more statues, so our outside bonus is now up to 8.3. The problem is, with all these statues, only one of them's giving us full value. The rest are minimals. So, it's not that great. The one fountain is giving us full value, the other one's giving us like 30%, 70%, I forget. Uh, 10%. So, yeah. As you see, our statues are 30%, and then down 30% of that one, and then 30% of that one. So really, you can see how the diminishing returns really adds up after a few items on some of them. Let's go down inside. Drop out or clean out our inventory. Throw the huckleberries in, throw that in, throw that in, throw this in, throw the beans in, and throw those in. That cleans everything up. Let's do a little hunting. Oh, I'm hungry. Aww. Darn. Yes, I saw that hole right there. That little hole is because there was an agave in it. and I wasn't able to pick it up and then fill in the hole. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 9. Mr. Big Buffalo. Mr. Big Buffalo. There's a hunting. Oh no, that's our 7. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You disappeared on us. And with that, we could take Butchery. We have not taken this. We got the skill book. We just did not actually read it. So we'll come back here. Drop down, come in through our Adobe entrance. Come here, Butchery. Read the scroll. Come through here. Find our campsite. Drop our steak and our clean papers in here. Now, the butcher table. Here's where we go for Butchery. So now we have our corpses. We have a bunny corpse. We can do one of those. Butchery one. Oh, that's right. We did not take Butchery yet. Butchery. We only learned the ability to take it. Now we've taken it. So now we can queue up our bunny. We could queue up a bison. Bison's at level 2, so we can't do it. So I don't understand why it's at the top. There's no reason for it. But I do. I actually do know. It's because we didn't have any of them, and it was at the top at the time. See, it shouldn't really be there. It should be down. Medium corpse. Oh, there's a woolly corpse, so let's do that. We got 3 of these, so let's do these. Tiny. No, we ain't got nobody else. So what we're doing is we're producing meat and whatnot. So we need to find an ice box, move it to the top, move this in here. We need to, where's a storage chest? This can go on up top. It's left click, hold, drag, and you'll eventually get them to where you want. See, that won't go in there. That goes back here. These go in here, and so do these. We will not put into here. Guess they can go into that one too. So since this one's blocked off, this one's blocked off, this one's blocked off. These are all blocked from access. We'll put another ice box up here. Put these ingredients here. We'll go ahead and minimize that and minimize that chest. So just the ones that are visible are the ones we have expanded. We could throw these into this chest. So what we're doing is we are making raw meat. Move that down here. So now we get raw meat, we can make choices. What we want to do is eventually do this, but we need to get to level 3 to make roasts. So we can't do this because we don't have the scrap meat, which is 2. So pretty much what we want to do is go hunting, get corpses, come back here, butcher them. And whatnot. So we can't do the bisons just yet. But if we go and get deers, elks, the bighorns, that's the rams in the desert, or the small animals, which are coyotes, foxes, and wolves. So we can go to 4. There's some bunnies. We'll leave the bison. Yeah, just stretch there in the downward dog position there, Mr. Ram. Thank you. Strafe, 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 boom. Strafe, 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 boom. You're holding right mouse button. Or actually, it's left mouse button. Right mouse button does not do anything. Right mouse button is to pull back and give you your line, and then you release and fire. And if you really want to, what you try to do is you try to aim for the head, because you get a 50% damage bonus by attacking them in the head. Oh, hit the horn. Hit the horn. Oh, we're full. That corpse will sit there until we come back to pick it up, but this is our hunting. So everything we're doing over there with the fish station and okay, so we can throw these in here, throw these in here, throw this in there, throw this in there, come back to this, and we go back to small animals. We got 2, so go 2. Woolly, we got 3. Medium animal, no. Alright, time to go back out hunting. How many arrows we got left? 54. Once we get to level 2 butchery, we can start going after the bisons. Right at the butt. We gotta go find that corpse. There it is. They will disappear after a while. Oh, for butchery or hunting. Oh, I missed. Headshot! Oh, can't pick that one up. Time to go back. This is why you want to eventually get a backpack. You get more weight that you can carry. Plus, all these tools are what's weighing me down too, so. Really, eventually, I mean, as a solo, you're carrying all the tools, but you could put them in a chest somewhere and only carry the ones that you need for the task that you're about to do. So we could put this in here, and this in here, and this in here, and this in here. So let's go this way. What was that? Is that level 2 butchery? Yes, we got level 2 butchery. So now we can start butchering up bison. But we do have to go pick up this one corpse. If we remember where we put... Oh, there he is. Okay. Now the downside to bison is they are super big, super hard to... It takes like 4 or 5 hits, sometimes more, depending on whether you get the bonus. So I don't want to. I want to be shooting him in the head. So I got to get ahead of him. Probably find one more bison and then... Ooh, there's a big elk. Unfortunately, elks do not give, even though they're big, they don't give a whole hell of a lot of meat. Or they don't. They're no better than a deer. So, it's pretty sad. Okay, Mr. Bison, where are you at? Where's another bison? There's another elk over there. Oh, there's another bison. Hit him in the face. Hit him in the shoulder. Hit him in the head. Right in the ear. Haha. We should be able to take him out and carry him. Thank you. Go drop these off and set up more butchering tasks. Alright, so the bison goes there, this goes up here, this can go down here, you go down here, you go up here. So now we have, let's see, tiny animals, we have none. Tiny furry, none. Small, 4. Of course, yeah. Alright, so we're working with, on that one. So whatever we had 1, so we'll just do one more. And then the mediums, we got 2. And then, of course, the bisons, we got 3. So now we're queued up for the next 15 minutes of butchery. What we're trying to do now is get up to level 2 so that we can make, well, level 3, so that we can make roast, which gets is 2 here. But the thing is, it also gets us 2 scrap meat. So we'll get a roast and 2 scrap meat. Now the scrap meat is then what we will queue up to make our sausage. So you can make 3 roasts and then 2 sausages out of what? 6 meat or 6 raw meat. Of course, we'll make 1 and 1, or we'll make 2. We'll make 3 roasts. We'll make 2 sausages. We'll cook them, and then we'll see whether or not we like them. So, which is the key. And then, of course, that may change how our diet is or what we do. I mean, might find some other reason to do raw meat, such as turning it into. Where's that? Where's it at? I mean, we could make scrap meat right now just out of 1 raw meat, but it's not a point. There's no real point. If we can butcher to get to level 3, then we're straight to roast. Where's the render? There used to be a render. Maybe they got rid of it. I swear there was a render. Maybe it's on one of the further cooking stations. Let's. Where is it? The tallow. Render fat recipe. Ah, it's on the campfire. Okay. So we'd have to go here in order to. I mean, worst case scenario, we go and render fat. We turn it all into scrap meat, and then we render it into fat. If we don't like the roast or the sausage. So if we don't like this one or this one, I mean, we could actually also try charred meat. See whether we like that. Because we haven't tried that yet. Worst case, where's that meat? Give me that. We're going to do one more thing. We're going to take this over to our drying rack. And try the dried meat. Let's switch that around. Storage-wise. We have tried this. It is actually an okay food for us, so, you know, we could do this if we really need something to get a lot of protein and we don't have a lot of fat. Or we don't need the fat or the carbs. But as you can see, we have plenty of fish inside this trap. So that probably means that our clean fish was done. medium. Let's do 20 again. We probably ought to do another fish rack at some point. Have 2 or 3 of those up here so that we can keep up with when fish comes in. Or if we decide to try raw meat from hunting. Next task, oh yeah, we're working towards engineering now. So let's go ahead and research look at the skill. Oh, that was farming. Yeah, doesn't matter. We'll end up having farming at some point anyway, so. We're going to look at basic engineering. Storage. Did we? No, we already learned basic engineering. Alright, so. We still could do basic engineering as our next one, and then do farming. So we want some of the stuff that's in basic engineering, which is power, the rastas, the rockers. Trying to think of what else. I certainly don't want the 3-wheel cart, the powered cart, because to me it just turns like crap. They've never fixed it. It has very poor turning, so I just stay away from it. I'll be glad to have my wagons. Sorry. That's just it. With the cart, we could get with engineering, we can make a bigger cart. It is 50% more carry capacity than the one we currently use. Beyond that, we've got the rockers, we've got the rastas, we have the water wheels and the windmills. We also have the ability to make stone roads. And then we get the basic or the advanced engineering page, which uses water wheels and windmills. And then we get the access to make these 2 books. So now farming, on the other hand, gets us the ability to make all of the seeds, except for the plants that actually replant themselves. Like I said, rice, camas, what was the other one? Rice and camas are 2 of them. Trying to remember what the other one was. That's for the beans. You gotta make bean sprouts. There's huckleberries, which you probably won't ever make. Papayas, that's another one. You know, you don't worry about it. You'll get seeds off of them, just like the huckleberries and the cotton and tomatoes, and you just replant those. Don't worry about it. You'll eventually get enough. Same with the pineapples. Prickly pears, same thing. Unless you really want them really fast, there's no point. Because, you know, for the pineapples, it takes 1 pineapple for 1 seed. I mean, it really depends on how you want to grow your farms. How badly you want to get them fully set growing. Pumpkins, definitely you have to do. Sunflowers eventually, yes. Taro seeds, yes, because, you know, you're going to eventually run out in the jungle. Tomatoes you won't ever have to do. Wheat you'll have to do quite a lot. The agave is just one that's in the desert. I mean, it's another green. So it's your fire shoots, your ferns, your agave. So those, it just depends on how many salads you're making. Filet mushrooms, you're making spores. Same with the amanita and the coquina and the criminies. Not sure where the crimini one is there. There. Beets you'll make quite a bit because they go into sugar. Corn you'll make quite a bit. Ferns you could probably make quite a few of those because you're going to use them for greens. Cotton, like I said, you'll get plenty of that, but I mean you're also going to get cotton seeds from taking the cotton through the scritching table. But also cotton is used in cottonseed oil now. So the cottonseed oil is for basically cooking oil. It's your fat for cooking. Now, flax, however, where's the flax? The flax seed is used to make flaxseed oil, which the flaxseed oil is used not only as a oil for cooking, but the big one is lumber. So it is not just wood, it is just not logs or wood boards, nails, it is also the oil. So yeah, you gotta do a bunch of boards to make lumber. So this is why, you know, as a lumberjack, you build your orchards. So, no. Pumpkins, yes, you'll do. Well, that's the carved pumpkin, but whatever. Fireweed, which is a cold biome green plant. Greens for salads. So now that we have those, let's check. We could start looking at. We're not going to worry about baking because that's going to require us to have better materials. We're not going to worry about cooking, same thing. Both of those require a better kitchen, and I'm not in the mood to deal with that yet. Because that would mean we'd have to go to pottery to make bricks, or we'd have to go glass. There's one other for that tier, but I'm not going to go that route. So the next two books are probably going to be glassworking and pottery, or smelting. And smelting's not going to happen until we find ore. We could do the tailoring book though, because we're going to need the cloth for windmills. So for this, we are going to need 5 gathering pages and 5 advanced. So we're going to need, before we can do that, we're going to need to have farming. And the rest of these we don't have, so pretty much we're sitting right where we are on research until we get some more stuff going. Most we could do is make what pages we can. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Okay, this is 64, 65. Two. Too hungry. Food. Yummy! Ooh, we can eat those. Tastiness. Charred meat. Good. 10% bonus. So we might actually try those. Alright, down here. This is 61, so let's go ahead and chop that. Crushed ore. More crushed ore. We can go that way a little bit. Why do I gotta keep finding the crushed ore? I want to dig through that and get over here towards our property. Yay, more crushed ore. Clay. More clay, yay. In order to do smelting, we need actual ore, not crushed ore. Crushed ore is not going to do us any good other than to get basic engineering and then start rocking it in order to make concentrate. But then we need to get up to the kiln and pottery in order to in order to make the... I can't even think of the damn word right now. What is the word I'm looking for? The first furnace. I'm drawing a freaking blank on the name. If I look it up, I know dang well I'll remember it. I just can't think of it right off the top of my head. I hate when you have to put something down just to pick it up, get it out of your way. Yeah, pottery to, not the baking oven, not the glass working. Oh, we can already make the kiln. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. Kiln's on the masonry table. Oh, the bloomery. That's what I was trying to think of. But it's made in the kiln. So we'd have to make the kiln. 10 mortar, 10 mortared stone. We have that. Storage. Got those up there, so yeah. Let's go ahead and make a kiln. Grindstone's not going to do us any good because we don't have the iron yet. Don't need the mill. I mean, the only other thing we'd do is make some stone braziers in order to give us light. But it's an outdoor category, not an indoor. Ultimately, what I want to do is dig through this sandstone underneath this and get over here towards our fishing hut, like underneath this area, so that we can eventually, you know, put our power over here and power the rastas and rockers in underground. Because it's not line of sight, it is tile directional. And then with the rastas we can grind down sandstone in order to make either crushed rock or turn the crushed rock into more sand for more mortar. And we just keep making, you know, it's a cycle. You just do that. You make more mortared stone in order to make more pages. Speaking of, that's why we did that. We needed to make advanced pages. Geology advanced. We can do 10 of these. don't have them yet. So that would use up those. Because we're going to need more of those for other aspects. I'm guessing that was the... Oh, that is for the upgrade 4. We don't have the engineering pages though. See, this is why we got to find ore. In order to make upgrade 2s, you need 2 pages, so you need 40 ore. Ore, and then you need the basic research page or gathering plus 4 wooden holes plus your level 1, which takes 3 dendrology and 3 basic geologies. Which line is our hut on? Our hut is somewhere on 7-Eleven. So we're looking for 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. Too hungry, broken axe, everything's going wrong. Now that we got the whetstone, or can make the whetstone, it's half the penalty that using the coarse stones is. So instead of dropping the 18% or whatever we were, we'd only be dropping like 15. So we can go ahead and make some whetstones over here. That'll give us some more masonry skill. Don't put into there, don't put into there, don't put into there. Don't put into there. Can't put into there. $137 hits, and then our stone axe is breaking again. And we're almost to the hour mark of this session, which means before long I will be cutting this one off again. And possibly going off or doing things offline again until I get close to the next star. So, because otherwise, and pretty much all I'm going to be doing is doing what I'm doing right now, which is going down here into this hole, taking out sandstone, and eventually trying to dig space. And I'm not worried about it, because right there's our fishing hut. Like I said, levels of 6. Move that there. So because this level right here that the axe is pointing out is level 60, this is where our floor would be. Come this side so in case it falls we don't get food barred by the falling rock. So why don't we just go ahead and do this. Open it up, make it too wide. Full inventory. Jump out. Let's come down here. Make some more mortar. We have 70, so that would give us 210 mortar. Food. Storage. Okay, so we want to pull this down. Pull this down. Pull this down. You don't want to pull from here. Don't want to pull from here. So now that ought to update this to only, so we can make 110. Then that leaves us 11. So whetstones we can make. Yeah, we'll wait on whetstones. Let's queue up more production. Full inventory. Until we get close enough that we could use a stockpile under there. Our tiny one is over there where the sand is, so we're not going to go pick it up. I mean, we could, but the other thing is we could technically go ahead and masonry level 5 already. Oh, that's what we want to do. We want to get this basalt out of here so we can get this down. So we can stop having hanging dirt. Yay. And we could throw this into here as well. We will use that. Come down here, turn to here, repair. We're going from 137 to... Wait, did we just keep it the same? No, we went to 113. So we lost another 24 hits. But the reason why you don't want to start in cold forest for mining is because these take 5, granite takes 3 until you get to level 3 mining and pick up tool strength. So, yeah, I mean, you want to be near the coal biome so you can get to copper and gold, but you don't want to start there. Gonna have to make more food. Not unless you want to be taking forever to break rock. Alright, now that that's cleaned up off the surface, put that in that stack, and then put this in that stack. Grab our shovel. Oh well. Take this dirt out of the air and put it back in this hole. One, two, three, four. 6. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could put one there, just mean we'd just stick a little more dirt there, so stick a little more dirt around this side. Get another one there. These spots here for oak. Yes, those are oaks. So let's find our oak seeds. 7. So the oak seeds should go in these just fine. Little spot there. Oak. Say oak. Yeah, that's gonna be oak. And I can't do that one because of that right there. Let these trees grow. That should be a redwood. I think we got rid of the one that was in the way. There we go. That one's there, that one's there, that one's there. That's gonna be that one, I think. No, it's this one right here that we're standing next to. That one's too close. And it's the one right there in the corner. And it's that one right there. Alright. I mean, yeah, I could chop down the saplings that did start, but there's no point. We got our spots marked, so it's perfectly fine. The oaks are going this way, so 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the tree right there? Ah, that one. We're gonna go 2, 3. Put that one there. Put oaks up. oaks, redwoods. And we're at an hour and 10 minutes now, so I will go ahead and stop this one, and I will figure out if I'm going directly into the next episode or if I'm going to continue doing what I was doing underground and dig more of that sandstone out. But that's probably what I'm going to do, so there's going to be a time gap between the end of this episode and the next one, more likely than not, but I will again update as needed. So I will see everyone next time in episode 13 when we get really close probably to engineering or whatnot, because in between, if I'm digging out, I'm just going to be making more mortared stone and more wet stones for repair work and maybe geology basic pages, advanced geology pages. So all I'm going to do is be doing that kind of stuff, which is, you know, just to get XP to get to the next start. I mean, I'll be using those pages at some point. It's just a matter of when. But I will see everyone next time. Enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you happen to be. Enjoy.